So Aidan, you're back in British F4 now. How are you feeling about it after Thursday?
Yeah, we're good. I mean, Thursday went pretty well for the start, quickest in the first practice. Second practice was kind of a bit short, but no, we're feeling good, we're in a good place, and yeah, happy to be back.
And you were picked up by Alpine earlier this year, so how much of a confidence boost has that been?
It's been really good. Obviously, just the confidence, as you said, for one, but everything they provide, the facilities, the help, mentoring, it's all really cool. It's something that helps me off track and on track. So yeah, lots of positives going in. So honestly, I'm excited to get started.
And what are you expecting from qualifying?
To be quickest, I hope. That's the plan. But no, honestly, we're going to go out, see what happens. Obviously, the goal is to always be the quickest car on track. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see at the end of the session, I guess.
But Egan, your first round in British F4. Of course, you practiced a couple of sessions on Thursday. How are you feeling about it?
We've still got to iron some bits out, but I just can't wait to actually get out into qualifying and then the race later on. I think it'll be a fantastic. I've been given a fantastic opportunity by Rocket and JHR and Racing Stars to actually be on track this weekend. So we're just making the most of it and having fun along the way.
And of course, you won the sim racing competition last year. So how accurate are the tracks in sim, and how much can you take from that into real life?
Well, yeah, you can definitely take a lot of skill from the sim to the real life tracks, because you kind of get an understanding of the braking zones, the racing line and everything. But recently we've been having a lot of wet testing on track, so on the sim you don't really get, there's not a program that's fantastic for wet lines and everything. So we've had a difficult challenge in the past month on the testing, because the weather obviously in England has been dreadful. But yeah, it's looking pretty good this weekend with the weather, and yeah, I just can't wait to get out.
For the brand new season of British F4, you did a couple of rounds at the end of last year. How are you feeling about the weekend?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Finally getting going after a long winter, so it should be interesting. The first round is always, everyone kind of, you see their real pace, and no, I'm really looking forward to it. Good preparation over the winter, so I'm feeling confident, so it should be an interesting one.
And how was Thursday with the practice for you?
Yeah, Thursday was good. It was tricky, it was quite windy, so it changed each round, so each session, so lots learned, and it's put us in good stead for this qualifying session, so we'll see if we can improve on Thursday. And yeah, I mean, it's always tricky to know where you are exactly until qualifying, but I'm feeling pretty confident.
Kinato, your first round in British F4, how are you feeling about the weekend after practice on Thursday?
I'm feeling pretty confident. I've had practice racing in UAE Championship at the start of the year, and I feel like I've got to learn about the cars, and then yeah, I'm really looking forward to the first racing in British F4.
And of course, you raced in the Ginetta Junior Championship last year, so how different is the car?
Well, it's quite different going from a saloon car to single seaters. Also going from road tires to slick tires, and then you have to learn about a whole new different car. But I think the Ginetta Junior Championship last year helped me learn all the track that I will race here again. I think that was a really good experience to have.
Second year of British F4, you were quick on Thursday. How are you feeling about the season?
I'm feeling really good, thank you. Obviously, yeah, my second year now, my first full year. So I think it's going to be a cool year. I guess I've got a good amount of experience now, I'm looking forward to going in and just hopefully having a good weekend and a good season.
And you were quick in practice on Thursday. So how much of a confidence boost is that?
Yeah, obviously it's only practice, so we don't really know. We can't really make a full estimate of where we are, but I think the pace is looking good, and it definitely is a confidence boost. But also, I think we finished last year quite strong as well, so I think that confidence has also moved into this year.
And of course, you're staying with Carlin for a second year. So how important is that to keep that relationship with the team and keep building over the year?
I think it's really important. Obviously, they're a fantastic team, and I got on really, really well with them last year. So yeah, I couldn't see myself going anywhere else. And obviously now Roden, owning Carling definitely plays a big role in it as well. But no, they're a fantastic group of guys and girls, and I really couldn't ask for a better team.
What do you make of Donington? Of course, you didn't race here last year because you missed the opening round. So, how do you make the lap time up, and how do you drive the circuit?
Yeah, it's a pretty cool track. It's quite fast and flowing. It's definitely important to get into a rhythm here. I think that's where the lap time comes from. But obviously, didn't race here last year, so yeah, I guess it's going to be a new experience for me. But no, I'm looking forward to it. And I think it should be a good weekend of racing.
And what are you expecting from qualifying later on?
Oh, we'll see. Obviously, it's the first one of the year, so we don't really know where we're at. But I think if I can be up the sharp end and hopefully in the top 3 or 4, I'll be happy with that.
A pole position of a round one at Donington, a perfect start to the weekend.
Yeah, like really happy. First pole position in any car championship, so really happy. Like unfortunate for Louis to lose out like that because it was his first pole as well. Unfortunately, his time just after the red flag, so I'm sorry for him.
And where did you make up the lap time in qualifying earlier on?
I think we were particularly strong in Sector 2. We seemed to make the difference there. We weren't as strong in Sector 1 and 3. I think with the wind changing, I needed to adapt better to it. But certainly Sector 2 were really strong. So.
And how can you build on the strong qualifying in the race? Is it just a good start, or how will it be with the following and the dirty air, do you think?
So pretty much every track in the UK, following's quite a big issue. So it's going to be a lot down to the start, but that's not to say we can't fight after if things don't go to plan. But my start's been strong, so hopefully we can continue with that and get a good start and drive away.
You set the quickest time in qualifying earlier, but did you have a lap time deleted? Are you starting on the front row now?
Yeah, so obviously we did qualify P1. It was a really good effort from everyone in Carlin, and it was a good performance. But there was the red flag came out literally just before I crossed the finish line. So I didn't have enough time to react or anything. But just as the red flag came out, I was like a handful of meters away from the finish line, but so it didn't count. So it was quite unfortunate, really, to lose it to something like that, to lose pole position. But I guess we are still starting P2, so it could have been worse. But I mean, I guess the biggest downside is it would have been a double pole, but now it's going to be P2 for both race 1 and race 3. But no, it's the team did a really good job. Obviously, 1, 2, 3. It's I think it shows, I guess, the hard work is, I guess, it's paying off that the team have put in behind the scenes because they've done a fantastic job, and the car was really good. But yeah, we just got a bit unlucky today.
And with the dirty air, how important is the start?
The start's pretty important. I didn't race here last year, so I'm not sure what the racing's going to be like, but I do think it's going to be tough. There are a few high-speed corners around here, and that's when the dirty air is at its worst. So we'll see. Hopefully I can get off the line and get into P1. But I think if I can just bring home solid points, maybe even a podium, I'll be happy with that.
And how good is it to see all 3 Carlins up the front?
It's really cool. Like I said before, like the team have done a mega job, and it really shows. I guess it shows how good the car, or I guess how good of a space the car's in at the moment. And it's good for me because it means that I've got 2 other guys that are pushing me and making me be as best as I can. Because you don't want to be a lot faster than your teammates, because then it's going to be hard for you to improve. Whereas when I've got 2 guys that are really close to me, it's good for my I guess my development, and it helps me, I guess, be the best driver I can be.
Great victory in race 1. You got the lead off the line around the outside at turn 1. How would you assess the race?
Yeah, no, it was a pretty good race. That start that I made I guess the first start was really strong. I was able to go around the outside of Noah, which was nice. And but then obviously the red flag came out, which definitely threw a spanner in the works. And then obviously for the second restart, I was starting off pole. And I will say the right side of the grid was definitely a bit more slippery than the left. So my start wasn't quite as good. I mean, me and Noah were side by side in T1, but I was able to hold off. And yeah, those first few laps, I just built a really good gap. And for the first 2/3 of the race, my pace was really strong. And yeah, like I said this to you before, but yeah, Road and Carlin gave me a mega car. The car was on rails those first few laps, and it was lovely to drive. But no, I will say at the end though, we did kind of hit a bit of a wall. The tyres dropped off quite a bit, so it was, I guess, Noah was keeping me honest those last few laps. I thought he was actually gonna catch up, but he did I guess catch me up. But luckily we had enough of a gap from the start that we were able to hold on for the win.
And you mentioned that the tyres sort of faded away during the race. So how tricky is it to manage the tyres there?
It's really tough. I mean, they're only short 20-minute races, but the tyres do go off a lot. I think that there is ways around it, and we're going to have to have a look at the data, have a look at the video, and kind of review the race as a whole and see what we can do to get those tyres to last those last few laps. But no, it is tricky, and you do have to do a bit of managing. But no, I was able to manage the gap and hold on for the win.
And Noah was catching you quite a lot towards the end of the race. So what was it like under that pressure and seeing him sort of getting closer and closer in your mirrors?
Yeah, it was definitely tough knowing that my tyres had completely gone and I couldn't really drive any faster. But it was tough, and it was definitely a lot of pressure. But I was able to just keep it clean and not make any mistakes and hold on. But luckily, luckily the pace I had in those first few laps was enough for me to get enough of a gap there. So even when he was faster at the end, he couldn't pass me.
And how much of a confidence boost is this result heading into tomorrow?
It's definitely a big confidence boost. I guess winning the first race of the season, it kind of, I mean, yeah, hopefully we can get a few more of these wins over the season. But it is a big confidence boost knowing that I won the first race. But yeah, I think going into tomorrow, the reverse grid race, full reverse grid, something I haven't done before, so that's going to be a new challenge. And then race 3 will be back on the front row, so we'll see what we can do.
And final question from me, what are you expecting from the two races tomorrow, particularly with the reverse grid starting at the back?
To be honest, for race 2, the reverse grid, I honestly don't know what to expect. I think for me, I'm just going to try to make up as many positions as I can. Points, I'm not sure if that will be. I guess we have to make up quite a lot of positions to get to the points, but we'll see. I'll do my best, and then for race 3, starting P2 again, that should be another good race. Hopefully, finish another podium for that one.
Trevor Carlin, great day for the team at Donington, the first round of British F4, 1-2 and a 4th place in race 1. It's been a good day, isn't it?
It's been a fabulous day, really, and you know, the reason I'm so happy, obviously a good result and a win is fantastic, but I'm really happy for the team, the engineers, the mechanics and the drivers, because they've worked so hard over the off-season, and it's quite a new team we've put together, a lot of young guys, and for them to get such a great result on their first proper outing is really satisfying, so I'm very proud of them, and I'm very happy for them.
And how satisfying is it, seeing all the work in pre-season pay off with such a strong result early in the season?
Well, it's we do the work whatever the results are. So it's when you get a reward for it, it's even more satisfying. I sat in this morning with the pre-race, pre-qualifying briefing with the engineers and the drivers, and listened to it, and the briefing was superb. And then when I watched qualifying, and we were 1, 2, 3, I could see how all that hard work had paid off. So I was extremely pleased and extremely proud of the guys.
And what's it like, because of course the Carlin team have teams in British F4, GB3, Formula 3 and Formula 2. Yeah. What's it like managing all those championships?
Well, at the end of the day, I oversee the whole company and all the teams. It's impossible to be involved in every detail of every team. But however, I've got the most incredible bunch of staff. Each team's got their own managers and their own engineers, their own mechanics. And part of my skill is putting those people together, and then I let them get on with it. It's extremely satisfying, and it's actually, when it goes like this, it's really easy.
And of course, there's 2 British F4 races tomorrow, so of course, more podiums hopefully.
Well, we've got the chaos race, as we like to call it, which is a full reverse grid race, which seemed like a good idea when there was 15 cars out there. Now there's 23 or 22. Could be a little bit more carnage, but then the last race of the day we start 1, 2, 3 again, so hopefully some more podiums.